For our ACT review today, we're going to look at reviewing mean and median. Mean basically means that you add up all the values and divide by the number of values that you have. Whereas median, you line up your numbers from smallest to largest and select the middle number. The first question we're going to look at says the monthly fees for a single room at 5 colleges are $370, $310, $380, $340, and $310 respectively. What is the mean of these monthly fees? So again, if we're talking about mean, it means that we're looking at the average value. So we just need to add them up. So 370 plus 310 plus 380 plus 340 plus 310, and we divide by how many values we have. And in this case we have 5 values, so we divide by 5. Well, adding up all those numbers gives us 1,710, dividing those numbers by 5, and we get an average value of 342. So for this particular question, our answer is C. For question 2. It says the table shows the number of cars Jing sold each month for the last year. What is the median of the data in the table? Alright, median, we want to go through and put all of our numbers in order and then pick our middle value. So the smallest number that I see in this case is 13. I'm going to put it up here at the top. Next one I see is 15, and then 16. I see 2 number 19s, a 22, a 25, another 25, a 26, 27, 28, and a 29. Alright, so again with median we want to put them from smallest to largest. Now our middle two values are 22 to 25. So basically our median has to be in between those two numbers. So we're looking for a number that's between 22 and 25, and the only answer choice we have is K. So K would have to be our median value. Alright, question 3. If x is the median of the 7 numbers listed above, which of the following could be the value of x? So again, if we're looking at the median, we're looking at the middle value, so we're going to have to put them in order. We know that x is the median value, so it has to be in the middle. And notice, since I have 7 values, I'm going to have 3 in front of the x and 3 below the x. So starting with my smallest number, it's going to be 3, then 4, then 10. X has to be my middle value, and then the 3 above it would go 15, 18, and 21. So for x to be our median is going to have to be in between 10 and 15, and the only number value that we have that's in between 10 or 15 is 14. So 14 is going to be our median value. All right, for question 4. The average arithmetic mean of 6, 19, and x is 19. What is the value of x? And the hint in here is to use the answer choices to help. So what we could do is we could test out and see if A gives us a mean of 19. Of the 3 numbers, we know that one of them, so if we're testing out A, we know one of our numbers is 6, one of our numbers is 19. We don't know the other one, but we're going to test out and see if it's A. So we're going to test in a 19. And divide those numbers by 3. And we're trying to get something that has an average of 19. Well, if I add those 3 numbers together and divide by 3, I actually get 14.6. Repeating, and that's not the mean that we're looking for, which is 19, so it's not A. So then if we try B, okay, we still know the number 6, we still know the number 19, but we're going to test out our B value, which is 25, and divide by 3. So if I do that, I end up getting 16.6 repeating, which again is not the median of 19 that I'm looking for. So now I want to test out C. So if I test out C, I still have the 6 and the 19, but I'm testing out 31 divided by 3. And if I do that one, I get 18.6 repeating, which again is still not the 19 that I'm looking for. So let me test out D. Still have the 6 and the 19, and this time we're testing out 32 divided by 3. And if I add those numbers up and divide by 3, I get 19, which is the mean that I'm looking for. So in this case, it is D. And the last question that we're going to look at today, it says the table below shows the results of last week's math test. It shows the score earned and the number of students who earned that score. What is the class average? So again, the class average means I have to add up all the scores and divide by how many I have. So in this one, what we want to do is we notice that we have 4 students that made a 90. So we're going to have to add up a 90 plus a 90 plus a 90 plus a 90. Right? And then it says we have 6 of them that had an 85, so we're going to have to add 6 85s. So 85, 85, 85, plus 85. Plus, it says we had 2 of them that had 80s, so 80 and 80. Plus, we only had 1 student that made a 75. So, if we add all those numbers up, in this case we get 1,105. But to find our average, we have to divide by how many we had. So, if we look at our totals, 4 and 6 is 10, plus 2 is 12, and that's 13. So, all we got to do is divide that by 13. And I get an average score of an 85. So my answer in this case is G.